Do you know what your body truly needs in the first 5 minutes after waking up? Many people assume that a good morning starts with a hot cup of coffee or simply getting out of bed without pain. But the truth is, what you do in those very first moments can shape not just how you feel for the day, but also how long and how well you live. Recent wellness studies show that a few simple actions right after waking up can dramatically improve your energy, strengthen your body, and add years of quality living to your life. In this video, we're sharing 6 powerful habits seniors can do within the first 5 minutes of waking up. These are not gimmicks or complicated routines, they are science-backed, time-tested steps that reset your system, restore your strength, and prepare your body for the day ahead. Stay with me until the end, because you may discover a new way of waking up that helps you feel 10 years younger and possibly adds decades of vitality to your life. The first habit is gentle breathing to reset your nervous system. Before your feet even touch the floor, take 1 to 2 minutes to breathe with intention. This simple act calms the body and signals to your brain that you are safe. Many people don't realize that as we age, our nervous system becomes more sensitive to stress. Even something as small as waking from a dream or checking the news can trigger your fight-or-flight response before you're even fully awake. If you start your morning with shallow breathing, your body stays tense, your heart rate increases, your digestion slows, and your mind feels foggy. But when you breathe deeply through your nose, letting your belly rise, pausing for a moment, and then slowly exhaling, you send a powerful message of calm to your whole body. Take Roger, for example, a 74-year-old who used to grab his phone the moment he woke up. The flood of emails and news left him drained by mid-morning. But when he began starting his day with just 2 minutes of deep breathing, he felt calmer, more focused, and even noticed his blood pressure improving. He didn't need silence or special equipment, just awareness. You can do the same. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, let your belly rise, hold for 2 counts, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat a few times while still in bed. You may not feel dramatic changes immediately, but over time, this small act builds a foundation of peace and balance that carries through your day. It costs nothing, takes almost no effort, and yet it's one of the most overlooked ways to support your health as you age. Now, let's move to the second habit, rehydrating your brain and body. After 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your body. The second habit is rehydrating your brain and body. Whether you feel thirsty or not, your body wakes up dehydrated after 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Your joints, your muscles, and even your brain are running low on fluid. This silent dryness affects everything from your energy to your memory. Yet many seniors skip this step and head straight for coffee, which only deepens dehydration. Rehydration in the morning isn't just about quenching thirst, it's about fueling your body to move, think, and heal. Just 1 glass of water first thing can flush out toxins that build up overnight, jumpstart digestion, and lubricate your joints so stiffness in your back or knees feels less noticeable. And for your brain, the impact is even greater. Since your brain is over 70% water, even a small drop in hydration can cause foggy thinking, slower recall, and irritability. Take Dorothy, for example, age 77. She assumed her morning grogginess was just part of aging. Her routine was coffee first, then sitting in her recliner, waiting for her brain to wake up. But when her doctor suggested drinking a glass of room-temperature water before anything else, the difference was clear. Within a week, Dorothy felt sharper, less sluggish, and even more regular in the bathroom, something she hadn't connected to hydration. Think of it this way, your body has been working hard all night to repair and restore itself. Without water, that process stays stuck in second gear. It's like trying to drive a car without oil. Yes, it starts, but it won't run smoothly. Begin with a small glass each morning. Room temperature water is easier on the stomach, and if you'd like, you can add a slice of lemon for flavor and digestive support. This isn't about drinking a gallon, it's about signaling to your body that it matters, that you're starting the day with intention, nourishment, and self-care. Over time, this tiny shift becomes a morning ritual of love for yourself. If you're still here and finding this valuable, comment the number 2 below so I know you're following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the bell, so you never miss videos like this. Your support means the world to us. Now let's move on to the third habit, gentle stretching to reawaken your body. After a night of stillness, your muscles and joints need a little help to fully wake up. One of the smartest things you can do in the first 5 minutes is a short series of gentle stretches. Nothing complicated, no fancy yoga poses, just slow, deliberate movements that tell your body, it's time to begin. Morning stretching improves circulation, restores posture, and eases stiffness that builds overnight. Even more importantly, it helps prevent falls, one of the greatest risks as we get older. Stiff hips, tight lower backs, and aching shoulders are all quiet signals from your body that it needs movement to function well. Consider Robert, an 82-year-old widower, who began noticing his balance wasn't what it used to be. He hadn't fallen, but he found himself reaching for furniture as he walked around the house. With guidance from a physical therapist, Robert started a simple 5-minute morning routine: ankle rolls, shoulder rolls, gentle neck tilts, side stretches, and deep arm reaches, all done sitting on the edge of his bed. After a few weeks, he noticed his balance improving, his steps felt more secure, and even his posture straightened up. Stretching is not about pushing limits. It's about waking your body, restoring fluidity to your joints, and preparing yourself for the day with confidence and strength. Just 5 minutes can mean the difference between moving with stiffness or moving with ease. Robert soon noticed he was moving with more confidence, and the creaky stiffness he once blamed on aging began to ease. The beauty of stretching is that you don't need a yoga mat, a class, or any special equipment. All you need is a willingness to be kind to your body for just a few minutes each morning. Sit up slowly, roll your shoulders back and down, tilt your head gently from side to side, and reach your arms overhead as if greeting the morning sky. Let your legs extend, pointing and flexing your toes to awaken your feet. Even simple wrist and ankle circles encourage blood flow into your joints. These aren't workouts, they're wake-ups. And when practiced consistently, they create small but meaningful improvements: less stiffness when rising from a chair, more ease when slipping on your shoes, and greater comfort when reaching for items in the kitchen. Stretching is about honoring your body's need for gentle movement, without pressure or performance. It's a way of saying, I am still here, and I choose to show up with care. For many seniors, this simple act becomes the turning point from passively aging to actively living. And it begins with a breath, a stretch, and faith in your body's quiet strength. Now let's move to the fourth habit, expressing gratitude to shift your mindset. Within minutes of waking, one of the most transformative things you can do is to pause and acknowledge just one thing you're thankful for. It doesn't need to be grand or profound. It could be the sunlight streaming through the curtains, the memory of a grandchild's laugh, or the comfort of a warm blanket wrapped around you. Starting your day with even a single note of gratitude rewires your brain toward optimism, resilience, and inner peace. As we age, it's natural to focus on what we've lost: mobility, friends, energy, routines. Gratitude doesn't ignore those losses, but it shifts the spotlight. Instead of beginning your day with aches, complaints, or worries, you make a conscious choice to begin with appreciation. That single choice has the power to shape the emotional tone of your entire day. Consider Carol, a 76-year-old retired nurse. Her mornings had become filled with silent grumbling. Her knees hurt, the mail was late, her neighbor's dog barked too early. Over time, that loop drained her spirit. Then her son gave her a small notebook and encouraged her to jot down one thing she was grateful for each morning. She resisted at first, but tried it anyway. On day 1, it was simply the taste of her coffee. A few mornings later, it was the roses blooming outside her window. Within weeks, Carol realized she felt lighter, calmer, and more hopeful before her second cup of coffee. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, it restores perspective. It reminds you of the beauty still present, the joy's still available, and the life's still worth living. You can write it down, whisper it in your heart, or say it aloud. The key is to notice, to choose, to see. With time, this practice becomes more than a habit, it becomes a mindset, an anchor that steadies you through life's storms. And the best part? It costs nothing, takes less than half a minute, and yet can brighten your mood, strengthen your immune system, and bring more hope into your days. Gratitude is not about pretending life is perfect. It's about seeing clearly, and realizing that even in the later chapters of life, there is still so much to love, so much to cherish, and so much to notice. If you're still here and finding these insights valuable, comment number 4 below so I know you're following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content to inspire and uplift you. Now, let's move to the 5th habit, setting a gentle intention for the day. Before the phone rings, before the news headlines roll in, and before breakfast is even made, there's a quiet little window in the morning when your mind is soft and open. What you place into that space matters more than most people realize. One of the most powerful habits seniors can build is to set a gentle intention, not a to-do list, not a schedule, just one simple aim for how you want to carry yourself through the day. Your intention might be to stay calm in moments of frustration, to move slowly and mindfully, to finally call a friend you've been meaning to reach, or even to give yourself permission to rest without guilt. These aren't chores, they are values in motion. And what makes this practice so important, especially in later years, is that it restores a sense of direction without pressure. Many older adults struggle with the loss of structure after retirement, after children move out, or when health challenges change the pace of life. Days can start to feel like they're simply happening to you instead of happening with you. But when you wake up and softly say to yourself, "Today I will choose peace," or "Today I will speak kindly to myself," you reclaim authorship of your day, even if your calendar is completely empty. Take Henry, age 80, who once dreaded mornings. They reminded him of everything he used to do but couldn't anymore. One morning, while listening to the radio, he heard someone say, "My goal each day is to live it with grace." That sentence stayed with him. So the next morning, before getting out of bed, Henry whispered to himself, "Today I will practice grace." He repeated it while dressing, during his walk, even when he misplaced his glasses. That small intention didn't erase his struggles, but it shifted his whole outlook. Your intention doesn't need to be lofty, it just needs to be yours. When you consciously choose your attitude, your focus, or your presence, you stop reacting to life and start responding with wisdom. Over time, this daily ritual reduces stress, improves balance, and gives you back the quiet clarity of being the one steering your own journey. That's the difference between simply aging and truly living. And now we come to the 6th and final habit, smiling, even if you don't feel like it yet. It might sound far too simple, but the act of smiling first thing in the morning can deeply influence your brain, your body, and your mood. This isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about using a small physical gesture to gently shift your inner chemistry. When you smile, even slightly, your brain releases natural feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. Your heart rate lowers, your immune system gets a boost, and your body begins the day believing that something good is happening. The secret is this: most people wait for a reason to smile, but smiling itself creates the reason. Especially in later years, when mornings can feel slower or heavier, a smile is like a spark. It reminds your brain and your spirit that joy is still available, that life is still worth meeting with warmth. You can smile at yourself in the mirror, smile while pulling back the curtains, or smile just because you woke up to another day. It costs nothing. It takes no effort. But this one tiny habit can become the seed of a lighter, happier morning, and over time, a lighter, happier life. When mornings feel heavy or filled with worry, smiling can become a quiet act of defiance against gloom. It's your way of saying, "I choose joy today, even if only for a moment." Take Eleanor, age 79, who had been feeling down after spending a long winter indoors. Her daughter suggested a simple, even silly idea: smile at herself in the mirror each morning. At first, Eleanor felt awkward, but she tried it anyway. A soft grin, a raised eyebrow, and something surprising happened. Her mood lifted, just a little. And over time, that little became a lot. She even started telling herself, "You've got this, old girl," while brushing her teeth. That tiny ritual shifted her mornings from gray to golden. The body doesn't always recognize the difference between a forced smile and a genuine one. But the brain responds regardless. And with repetition, that response builds emotional resilience. It becomes easier to face challenges with grace, to greet others with warmth, and to treat yourself with kindness. You don't have to feel cheerful to begin with. In fact, those are the mornings when it matters most. Smile at the ceiling, smile into the mirror, or smile just because you can. Let your face remind your heart that something good is still ahead. This small act takes less than 5 seconds. It requires no tools, no money, no preparation. Yet it can bring lightness, a spark of joy, a crack of sunshine into your morning. And sometimes, that's all it takes to start the day with strength and softness. If you're still watching and finding value here, comment number 6 below so I know you're with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's close with some final thoughts. Think back to the 6 simple but powerful habits we've explored, things you can do within just 5 minutes of waking up. They aren't complicated. They don't require special equipment. But they hold the power to shift your day, your energy, your mindset, and even your long-term health. Which one stood out to you the most? Maybe it was deep breathing, maybe it was that glass of water, or maybe it was simply smiling before getting out of bed. Whatever it was, remember this: building a healthier, longer life doesn't always come from big, dramatic changes. More often, it begins with the smallest choices in the quiet corners of your routine. Aging isn't about decline, it's about deepening. Deepening the connection between your body and your choices, between your thoughts and your health, between the way you wake up and the way you live. So tomorrow morning, when your eyes first open, remember, you have 5 sacred minutes that can set the tone for everything that follows. Choose them with care. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your feedback gives us motivation and encouragement to keep going. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support means the world to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.